Hello everyone, welcome all to another lecture. So in today's lecture we will be dealing with fundamentals of electricity, which is a very vast field. Electricity is a very vast field. So to get on with this field we need to understand some basic terminologies. Okay. So in today's lecture we will be getting on with some basic terminologies. The first one, what is an electric charge and what is an electric field. Okay. So physical meaning of an electric charge is nothing but electric charge is a property. What is it? It is a it is a property. It is a property of matter which allows the particles to attract attract either repel, either they attract or either they repel depending on their charges. But exactly according to definition, one idea is not clear. What exactly is a charge? What is the physical meaning of a charge? Okay, so we will be dealing with the physical significance. Okay, definition you can get in each and every textbook, but what is the physical significance of a charge? We'll deal with it. Okay, so charge is nothing but a tag given to a particle, tag given to its behavior. Okay, so what is the how the tag is given according to the behavior, we'll understand with the best example. For example, this is your friend, say A. Okay, and this is your another friend, say A dash. Okay, A is a friend, A dash is another of your friends. Okay, for example, A is a friend who is very generous, who donates a lot of things. For example, he throws away party, he is very generous, he is very helpful. Okay, means what his nature? His nature is giving. Okay, what his nature is giving. Okay, so if it is nature is giving, or if his nature is donating, he is very generous. Okay, if this friend A is very generous, everyone will praise about him. Okay, his friend circle will be a lot more higher. Getting it? So everyone will praise him. Oh, he gives a priority, he is very generous, he is very helpful. So everyone will talk positive about him. Are you following it? No one will talk negative about him. Why? Because he is generous. He is donating whatever financially or anything. He is sparing out time for you. Okay. So everyone will talk positive about him. Why? Because he is donating. Okay. His behavior is what? Donating. So he will have a tag of positive tag. Imagine it like a hat. Okay. So there is another friend, say A dash. A dash is another friend who is not at all generous. He is very cheapskate. He only takes help from others. Okay, he only take helps from other, and at the time of his help, at the time of giving back, he doesn't show away. Okay, so what people will say about him? People will talk negative about him. People won't praise him. Why? Because he's not generous, he's not helping anyone. He's just taking the help, but he is not helping others. Are you following it? So this is the best example. So the tag which you give to these two friends is nothing but a charge. Similarly the particle. I hope you have got this example. It's a very best example. Yeah, each and every friend circle has these two kinds of friends. Okay. Hmm? So to get on with this topic, an atom an atom. What do you mean by atom? Atom is the smallest indivisible particle. An atom is the smallest indivisible particle which contains electrons, which contains protons, and it contains neutrons. Are you following it? And it contains neutrons. Okay. So electron, proton, and neutron. These are given the tag of charge. Why? Because of their behavior. You know that electrons are negatively charged particles. Electrons are what? Electrons are negatively charged particles, whereas protons are positively charged particles. Protons are positively charged particles. So one electric charge means what? Electric charge means what? Now we are going towards the definition. Okay, now we will be going towards the definition. What is an electric charge? It's a property. Understand, it is a property that causes two objects property that causes two objects to either attract attract or repel depending on their charges. Now what is a charge? Charge is a tag given to them. Are you following? According to their behavior, charge is a tag given to them according to their behavior. And what do you mean by electric field? Okay, understand, what do you mean by electric field? Electric field, it means nothing but a region around an electrically charged particle. For example, this is an electron carrying a negative charge. This is an electron carrying a negative charge. So the region around this electron is called as electric field. Okay, is called as electric field. So to get into this topic, you need to know that charge is a scalar quantity. Charge is a scalar quantity, whereas electric field is a vector quantity. Electric field is a vector quantity. Means what? Electric field will also carry out the direction. So what is the what is the direction? We'll say, for example, if this is a positively charged particle, the electric field is outward always. Electric field is always always in the outward direction. Okay, the magnitude is always changes towards the outward direction. Okay, as I told you, generous people having positive charge, they will always donate. See, a positively charged particle will always have its electric field. What is electric field? The region enveloping the electric charge is known as electric field. Okay, means what? If this is also known as field of influence. If any another electrically charged particle, if it comes in the electric field, it will experience force. Which kind of force? It will either attract, either repel. Are you following it now? Okay. Similarly, a negatively charged particle will have an electric field in this direction, that is in inward direction. Okay, that is in inward direction. Okay, means what? Its electric field will go on increasing as you go towards the particle, and consequently that opposite will happen in positively charged particle. So this is how the electric field of positive and negative charged particles will look like. Okay, for example, if I introduce another negatively charged particle over here, these two particles will repel. Repel means what? It will experience a repulsive force only and only when it will enter the electric field. Similarly, if I place a positively charged particle over, it will repel. But when will it repel? It will have a repulsive force only and only when it will enter the electric field. Okay, and only when it enter the electric field. Apart from it, it will be experiencing no force. Are you following it? So this is the very basic way to explain what is electric field and electric charge. Are you following it? So now we will get on to the topic now. So the SI unit of electric charge is coulomb. Okay, SI unit of electric charge is coulomb. So what is the unit charge of an electron? A unit charge of an electron is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19 coulomb. Why minus? Because electrons are negatively charged particles, whereas one proton will always contain 1.6 into 10 raised to positive 19. Means it will have positive impact. Are you following it? Okay. So this is a very basic way to understand what exactly a charge is. Okay. Are you following it? So SI unit of charge is nothing but coulomb. Okay, and understand these are constant. It has its derivation, but at this moment there is no need. One coulomb will approximately have 6 into 10 raised to 19 electrons. Understand this. This is also very important. It may be asked in MCQs. One coulomb will include 6 into 10 raised to 19 electrons. Are you following it? Okay, so just keep this in mind. Very important when we will solve numericals. Okay, are you following it? So this is electric charge and electric field. Now getting on to the another very important topic, that is what exactly is electric current. What exactly is electric current? Understand this. What exactly is electric current? Okay, electric current. Understand, current is a scalar quantity. Again, current is a scalar quantity. So there is a lot of things spoken about that. No, current cannot be scalar. Current is a vector quantity, because if we switch the polarity, current will flow in negative direction. But no, current is a scalar quantity. How is a scalar quantity? We will see it. Okay, first we will define what do you mean by current. Okay, so current is nothing but charge flown across a conductor. Charge flown across a conductor. Charge flown across a conductor in unit time. Okay, so this is the textbook definition. We will again see its physical significance. Okay, so we are not interested in textbook definition. We are interested in what is the exact physical meaning of current. Okay, for example, see this is a wire. See this is a wire. Okay, this is a wire of say cross section. So this is its cross section. The area which I have hashed is the cross section. Okay, so electrons are moving across this. See what I'll do, I'll pull out this, and I'll draw a, what I'll do, I'll draw a more sophisticated diagram. So this is the cross section of the, conductor. Say this is the copper wire. Okay, this is the copper wire, and what we have considered, a cross section. We have considered a cross section of that wire. So electrons are what they are doing, electrons are passing through this area. Understand, this is nothing but an area, so rate of charge, that is q is passing over here. See, q is also, these are individual charges. Okay, so rate of charge traversing through this area in a given unit of time is known as current I. Okay, so we can also explain we can also explain this with the help of calculus. Okay, but the students studying in standard 10th understand this in a very basic manner. Current is always related to area. That's why we call current as a scalar quantity. Okay, vectors is always defined at a particular point. Say electric field or magnetic field. Every field is explained with the help of a point. But here current is defined by an area. Okay, current is defined by an area, hence it is a scalar quantity. Understand this. Okay, so we get as I is equal to q by t. So to explain this, by means of calculus, we can also formulate an equation where I is equal to integration ti to tf dq by dt. So this is nothing but current at any instant. See, the ti is the initial time, tf is the final time, dq is the smallest part of the charge, dt is the smallest time. Okay, smallest fraction of a time. So even if we use this equation, we can derive the value of current at any given instant. Okay, are you following it? This equation also becomes very important. Now getting back into the definition, what is the SI unit? SI unit is of current I is nothing but ampere. Okay, denoted by A after the name of André Marie Ampere. Okay, he was the physicist of France. Okay, Professor André Marie Ampere. Okay, he was the professor of the famous automobile engineer Sadi Carnot. Okay, so I ampere. So how can you define 1 ampere? 1 ampere is nothing but, so I will write the definition again. I is equal to charge flown across the conductor per unit time. Okay, so how can you define 1 ampere? 1 ampere is nothing but charge of 1 coulomb flown across the conductor in 1 second. Are you following it? Okay, so this is 1 ampere. Similarly, what we can do, we can also define 1 coulomb. What is 1 coulomb of charge? 1 coulomb of charge is nothing but 1 ampere of current flown across the conductor in 1 second. Okay, are you following it? What is 1 coulomb of charge? 1 ampere of current, 1 ampere of electricity, 1 ampere of electricity per second. 1 ampere of electricity per second is, again you can define 1 coulomb as well. We are defining 1 ampere also. Okay, from here you can also define what is 1 milliampere. Okay, that's not the case, that we will be dealing within at the time of practicals. Okay, so another thing, that the device which is used in circuits to measure current is known as ammeter. Okay, so ammeter, how it's connected in series or in parallel, we will deal when we will start with the circuits. Okay, so I hope you have got what's electric current and why it is a scalar quantity. Okay, so another concept very important, that is what you mean by voltage, or it is also known as potential difference. Okay, so again, as usual, what we will try to do, potential difference. So again, what we will try to do, we will again again see its definition, and before going to the definition, what we will do, we will see its physical significance. Okay, so how voltage defined? Voltage is always defined across 2 points. Understand this. Voltage is always defined across 2 points. Okay, so voltage across 2 points is nothing but work done, work done, work done to move a unit charge across the conductor. Means what? For example, here is a charge, here is a charge, here is a wire, here is a wire, okay, and here is a charge. Okay, so we need to move the charge. You need to, what you need to do, you need to move the, you need to push this charge across this conductor. Okay, so the work done per unit charge is nothing but voltage. Are you following it? Is known as voltage. If you are not understanding, don't worry, this is just a textbook definition. I'll explain you with the physical significance and example, then things will be more clear to you. Okay, are you following it? So what is the textbook definition? Voltage is nothing but work done per unit charge to move across the conductor. Okay, getting it? So this is the definition, and we will see its physical significance. Understand this. See, what is the main thing here is work done. Work done. So what's the unit of work done? Work done unit is joule. Okay, so heat and work done, heat and work goes hand in hand. This is the topic of thermodynamics. Okay, again, so the both of them has same unit, that is joule. Understand this. This is work is known as high grade energy. Okay, so joule. So as an engineer, what you need to do, you need to minimize your work. What do you mean by work? Work means nothing but efforts. Understand, efforts. So we need to gain maximum result in minimum efforts. Are you getting it? So you need to do smart work. For that, this term is introduced, potential difference. Understand this. What do you mean by potential difference? See, potential difference means what? One point and another point has too much of difference, so that, for example, I'll tell you, for example, here is person A again, friend A, person A, who is securing 90%. Okay, here another person A dash, okay, he is securing say 40%. Okay, so from this percentage, we live in India, right? So in India, percentage decides the potential, or as usual. So person A is securing 90%, means what? His potential is higher. Are you getting it? Person B is securing 40%, means what? His potential is obviously lower. Okay, so what your teacher will do? Your teacher will make both of them sit together. Okay, why? Because of the influence of this A dash will also gain some percentage. That's the basic criteria of every teacher. So what will happen? A will transfer its knowledge towards A dash very easily. Are you following it? Why? Because A has 90% of potential and A dash has 40% of potential. Means what is happening? The work done to transfer the information is very low. Okay, means person A will require minimum efforts to transfer his information towards A dash. Are you following it? But if A dash has also secured say 89%, A dash has also secured 89%, then A and A dash has fairly same potential. Getting it? Means A and A dash will have same attitude. Are you getting it? So A and A dash will be carrying same kind of attitude. So there will be no exchange of information. Are you following it? So to transfer information or to transfer the charge or work done here will be much more higher. That's why potential difference come into existence, where we say the potential difference is 440 volts. What do you mean by 440 volts? That means one end of the terminal is grounded. Grounded means what? Say if it is at 0 volt and another end is at 440. Are you following it now? Okay, means to transfer the information from 440 to 0 is very easy. Okay, because of this gap. Okay, getting it? Are you following it? So to understand in much more simpler terms, for example, this is a building. Okay, this is a building of 3 floor. Okay, there is a tank over here. Okay, there is a tank over here. So just now tell me, here is a building of 3 floor. This is a triple floor building. Okay, and here is the water tank. What is easy to do to take water here and to take out the water from the tank or to fill the tank manually? Okay, obviously to fill the tank manually from ground level to the upper level is very hard. It's against the gravity. But to take out the water from the tank towards the ground is very easy. Why? Because of the potential difference, PD. Are you following it? Getting it? So what, as an engineer, as an electrical engineer, what you need to do, that is voltage is equal to work done to push per unit charge, so we need to minimize this work done. Are you following it? You need to minimize this work done in order to transfer the charge from one place to another place. You might have seen the power plant. So where is the power plant? Over here, say in Koina power plant, the Koina power plant, or thermal power plants placed in Nagpur region. There are those are very far away from your society. Okay, so if there is loss of power, power in transmission, what will happen? You will get less amount of power and their losses will be more. Hence voltage comes into play. Okay, so what the power distribution companies do, they try to keep the voltage as high as possible in order to minimize the work and minimize the losses. Are you following it? Okay, so now what is the unit of voltage? Unit of voltage is given by Alexander Volta, under the name of Alexander Volta. So 1 volt is nothing but 1 joule per 1 coulomb. Are you following it? Okay, and the instrument is known as voltmeter, which is used in circuits. Again, how it's connected, series or parallel, we will see when we will deal with circuits. Okay, so these were the 3 very basic basic concepts of electricity. Okay, I hope you have understood. In next lecture we will deal with the circuits and what is resistance, resistivity, and how voltmeter and ammeter is either they are connected in series or parallel. We will see to it. Okay, I hope you have understood the lecture. Any doubt you can mention in the comments. Okay, thank you very much. Have a good day.